6 things women only do for men they truly respect. Psychology tricks. There's a moment most men feel before they can even explain it. She's still there. She still texts, "Good morning." She still shows up. But something in her eyes has changed. The spark that used to feel effortless now feels filtered. The warmth turns into polite distance. And you start replaying everything in your head like a courtroom scene. What did I do wrong? Here's the part that messes with good men. You didn't betray her. You didn't cheat. You didn't suddenly stop caring. You did what a good man is taught to do. You tried to be likable, supportive, kind, available. You assumed that if you did enough right things, loyalty would naturally follow. But love doesn't run on being nice. Love runs on who she can trust you to be under pressure. As the quote goes, love is not about possession. It's about appreciation. And appreciation isn't built only on comfort, it's built on respect. Attraction gets her attention. But respect is what keeps her devotion steady when life gets loud. That's why so many men get blindsided. Because women don't stay deeply connected to a man they merely like. They bond to the man they genuinely respect, the one who feels grounded, consistent, and led by values, not moods. So in this video, you're going to learn 6 things women only do for the man they truly respect. And as you hear them, something will click. There's a big difference between being her comfort and being her compass. One makes her feel safe for the moment. The other makes her feel secure about the future. If you're tired of being taken for granted, if you keep meeting women who seem interested until they figure you out, what you're about to learn will change the way you move. Because when a woman sees you as a leader, not an option, she doesn't keep testing you every week. She starts aligning with you. And that's when the relationship stops feeling like you're auditioning and starts feeling like you're building. Number 1, she listens and actually adjusts. When a woman truly respects you, she doesn't just hear your words the way people half hear background noise. She absorbs you. She takes you in. Her body shifts in subtle but powerful ways. Her shoulders relax. Her breathing slows. Her eyes stay on you a second longer than usual. That is not accidental. That is female psychology in action. She's not scanning the room. She's not rehearsing her next sentence. She's calibrating to you. Don't mistake this for submission. It's alignment. There's a difference. A woman who respects a man doesn't argue to win. She listens to understand. I once worked with a man who said every disagreement with his former partner felt like a debate stage. Every sentence was a counterpunch. Then he met someone new. The first time he expressed a firm boundary, she didn't escalate. She paused. She nodded. She adjusted her tone. That moment changed everything for him. Because respect feels like this, your words land. They don't bounce off armor. They register. And when a woman values you, she will modify her behavior based on what you've expressed. Not because she's afraid to lose you. Because she doesn't want to lose alignment with you. That is one of the psychology tricks most men overlook. Respect shows up in micro adjustments. Number 2, she defers to your leadership in key moments. Not in every decision, not in trivial things, but in moments that matter. When plans fall apart, when tension rises, when uncertainty enters the room. Watch closely. A woman who respects you will look to you. She'll ask, "What do you think?" and she'll actually mean it. That is female psychology responding to steadiness. Don't chase control. Be centered instead. There is a difference. Control demands. Leadership invites. If you remain calm under pressure, if you speak clearly and act decisively, she will relax into that structure. You must understand this. Attraction deepens when she feels safe in your direction. And safety is not about money or status. It's about emotional regulation. If you panic, she questions. If you complain, she withdraws. If you stay composed, she trusts. This is not manipulation. It's human nature. And when she respects you, she allows your frame to shape the experience. That is how to fall in love in a mature way, through trust built on consistency. Number 3, she protects your image in public and your heart in private. A woman who doesn't respect a man will tease him in front of others, correct him sharply, or subtly undermine him with jokes that don't feel like jokes. But a woman who truly respects you, she supports you publicly. She speaks well of you when you're not around. She highlights your strengths. That is not performance. That is loyalty born from admiration. And in private, she doesn't attack your insecurities to win arguments. She handles sensitive topics carefully. She chooses timing wisely. She doesn't weaponize what you've confided in her. That is respect. Don't overlook it. In the world of psychology tricks, many men obsess over techniques to impress. But the real signal is this: does she safeguard your dignity? Female psychology values a man she can be proud of. And when she is proud, she protects. That protection is emotional investment. Number 4, she makes space for your mission. This one is critical for men over 35. By this stage of life, you are not experimenting with identity. You are building legacy. A woman who respects you will not compete with your purpose. She won't roll her eyes at your ambitions. She won't subtly pressure you to shrink your goals to make her more comfortable. Instead, she will ask about your plans. She will encourage your growth. She may even adjust her schedule to support your priorities. Don't misunderstand. This is not about neglecting her. It's about balance. If she respects you, she sees your drive as attractive, not threatening. You must be a man with direction. Without direction, there is nothing to respect. One of the deeper psychology tricks here is this: attraction grows when she feels included in a meaningful journey. And that journey must exist before she arrives. That is how to fall in love without losing yourself. Number 5, she becomes softer around you. This does not mean she loses her strength. It means she feels safe enough to lower her guard. Watch her tone. Watch her posture. Watch how she initiates touch. When a woman respects a man, her sharp edges smooth out in his presence. She laughs more freely. She confides more openly. She doesn't feel the need to compete or prove. Female psychology is wired to respond to grounded masculinity with warmth. If you are reactive, she becomes guarded. If you are steady, she becomes open. Don't chase her softness. Create the environment where it emerges naturally. Be calm. Be consistent. Be emotionally disciplined. That is attractive. That is powerful. And that is one of the psychology tricks that isn't a trick at all. It's emotional leadership. Number 6, she invests without being asked. This is the clearest sign of respect. She reaches out first sometimes. She plans thoughtful gestures. She remembers details about your preferences. She makes time even when she's busy, not because she has nothing else going on, because she values you. Respect fuels effort. A woman who does not respect a man will keep her investment minimal. She'll match his effort at best. But a woman who truly admires him, she gives. Freely. Consistently. Without scoreboard calculations. That is female psychology responding to perceived value. You must understand this clearly. You cannot negotiate respect. You cannot beg for it. You earn it through character, boundaries, and self-control. When she sees that you don't overreact, don't chase validation, don't collapse under pressure, she begins to lean in. And when she leans in, the dynamic changes. That is how to fall in love in a way that feels stable, not chaotic. So don't focus only on what you can get from her. Focus on who you are being. Respect is a response. It is not a demand. If she listens and adjusts, if she looks to you in tense moments, if she protects your image, if she supports your mission, if she softens in your presence, if she invests without prompting, understand what you're witnessing. You're seeing admiration translated into behavior. And behavior never lies. Study female psychology not to manipulate, but to recognize patterns. Use psychology tricks not to deceive, but to refine yourself. Be the man whose presence naturally organizes the room. Be the man whose words carry weight because they are measured. Be the man who doesn't need to announce his value because it is felt. That is the foundation. That is the difference. And that is how to fall in love without surrendering your strength. Number 2, she watches her mouth around you. You can always tell how a woman truly feels about you by the way she speaks to you and the way she speaks about you when you're not in the room. Words reveal position. Tone reveals hierarchy. If she's sarcastic, cutting, or constantly making you the punchline of her jokes, don't dismiss it as personality. Don't laugh it off to keep the peace. That is not harmless humor. That is subtle erosion. And erosion, left unchecked, becomes the standard. But when a woman respects you, that entire energy shifts. She can still be playful. She can still tease. But there is a line she does not cross. Why? Because something in her recognizes your masculine energy as grounded and self-assured. Her soul understands that your presence is not something to toy with carelessly. I've seen this countless times with my clients. A man tolerates small jabs. He shrugs at little public put-downs. He smiles through disrespect because he doesn't want to seem insecure. And what happens? The tone slowly worsens. The sarcasm sharpens. The edge becomes normal. Then one day, he decides enough is enough. He doesn't explode. He doesn't lecture. He simply becomes firm. He calmly says, "Don't speak to me like that." That's it. No drama. Just clarity. And suddenly, everything changes. It's like she remembers she's speaking to a king, not a pleb. Not because he demanded a crown. Because he carried himself like a high-value man who knows his worth. Understand this clearly. Women test boundaries not always with grand gestures, but with tone, with small comments, with "just kidding." Don't overreact. But don't ignore it either. Be centered. Be steady. When you embody masculine energy, you don't need to raise your voice to command respect. You don't need to intimidate. You simply refuse to participate in dynamics that lower your standard. That is how a high-value man moves. He corrects calmly. He maintains composure. He doesn't negotiate his dignity. When she respects you, she becomes mindful. She thinks before she speaks. Not out of fear, out of regard. That's the difference. A woman who admires you doesn't want to bruise your ego for sport. She doesn't want to embarrass you in front of friends. She protects your image because she feels aligned with it. She takes pride in being associated with you. That is powerful. That is earned. You must understand, respect changes language. It softens unnecessary sharpness. It replaces mockery with warmth. Now, let's go deeper. Why does this happen? Because women respond to perceived value. When you behave like a high-value man, when you stand firm in your standards, when you demonstrate consistent masculine energy, her behavior calibrates. People rise or fall to the level of what you tolerate. If you tolerate sarcasm disguised as charm, you will receive more of it. If you set a quiet but unshakable boundary, the entire interaction shifts. She begins to speak with intention. She chooses her words more carefully, not because she's restricted, because she recognizes she's engaging with someone who respects himself. And here's the key. Don't demand reverence. Don't posture. Don't try to act alpha or perform toughness. That insecurity shows. Instead, be composed. When something crosses the line, address it once, clearly, then move on. No resentment. No long speeches. That calm certainty is magnetic. That is masculine energy expressed correctly. It signals emotional control. And emotional control is attractive. If you want to attract women who truly admire you, start by examining what you allow. Many men unknowingly train others to treat them casually by being overly accommodating. They laugh at jokes that sting. They excuse comments that chip away at respect. Then they wonder why attraction fades. Attraction fades when admiration fades. And admiration fades when a man abandons his own standards. Don't do that. Be the man whose presence naturally commands a higher tone. Be the man who doesn't need to correct often because his energy already sets the frame. When you walk into a room, your posture speaks. Your pace speaks. Your silence speaks. Women who are emotionally intelligent pick up on this immediately. They sense whether you are grounded or reactive. If you are reactive, they test more. If you are grounded, they soften. It's subtle, but it's consistent. I've watched men transform their dating lives by mastering this one principle. The moment they stopped over-explaining and started holding steady eye contact. The moment they stopped laughing at disrespect and started calmly redirecting it. The shift was immediate. Conversations became more thoughtful. Teasing became lighter, not cutting. Compliments became more genuine. Why? Because the woman adjusted to the new standard. She recognized she was speaking to someone who values himself. Don't confuse this with arrogance. Arrogance pushes. Confidence stands. A high-value man doesn't need to belittle anyone to feel strong. He doesn't need to dominate the room. He simply knows who he is. That quiet certainty shapes the way others interact with him, including women, especially women. And here's something important for men over 35. At this stage of life, you're not competing with boys. You're operating as a man with experience, with lessons, with history. Act like it. Speak with intention. Move with deliberation. When a woman sees that maturity paired with masculine energy, she responds differently. Her jokes become lighter. Her tone becomes warmer. Her respect becomes visible. So don't chase admiration. Cultivate character. Don't beg for better treatment. Model it. Be consistent. Be measured. Be unwavering in your standards without becoming rigid or cold. That balance is rare, and rarity attracts women who are capable of real respect. When she watches her mouth around you, it's not suppression, it's selection. She chooses her words because she values the dynamic. She values you. And that is the signal you're looking for. Not loud praise, not dramatic declarations, subtle behavioral shifts, softer tone, thoughtful language, public support. That's how respect shows itself. Carry yourself like a high-value man. Protect your masculine energy. Set the standard once and live by it daily. Do that, and you won't need to demand respect. It will show up in the way she speaks, the way she jokes, and the way she honors your presence, both to your face and behind your back. If this hit home, don't just nod and move on. Standards change everything. The moment you stop tolerating subtle disrespect is the moment the dynamic shifts in your favor. Respect is not requested. It is expected. And when you carry yourself like a man who knows his value, people adjust. So if you're ready to raise the bar, drop this in the comments right now. I do not tolerate disrespect. I set the standard. Like this video. Subscribe for more sharp, practical wisdom. And remember, how she speaks to you is a reflection of what you allow. Number 3 is this. She adjusts without attitude. If you don't understand how rare and powerful that is, you will miss one of the clearest signals of real respect. Respect does not live in sweet words, cute emojis, or dramatic declarations. Respect lives in correction. It shows up when you calmly say, "This doesn't work for me," and instead of resistance, sarcasm, or emotional escalation, she listens. She recalibrates. She makes a small but meaningful shift, not because she feels forced, not because she is afraid, but because she values you. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. That is Old Stoic wisdom. You don't shout. You don't threaten. You don't over-explain. You state your standard once, clearly, and your tone carries certainty. A woman who truly respects you feels that certainty and responds to it. She does not roll her eyes. She does not guilt-trip you. She does not turn a simple boundary into a courtroom debate. She adjusts with composure. That adjustment is not submission. It is alignment. It is her silent acknowledgement that your frame is stable, your direction is clear, and your presence is not negotiable. In modern relationships, especially in a world fueled by social media validation and endless options, emotional drama has become normalized. People test. People provoke. People push limits just to see who will bend first. But when a woman respects you, she does not feel the need to test you constantly. She does not compete with you for control of the emotional atmosphere. She feels safe in your structure. She senses that your decisions are not impulsive, not reactive, not driven by insecurity. They are grounded. They are measured. They come from an iron mind. And when you carry an iron mind, you don't chase agreement. You don't beg to be understood. You don't collapse under minor conflict. You hold steady. That steadiness creates something powerful, psychological safety. And as any man who studies Stoicism understands, psychological safety is more attractive than charm, more magnetic than money, more enduring than surface chemistry. Think about this carefully. When you express discomfort about something, maybe it's the way she jokes about you in public, maybe it's the frequency of communication, maybe it's how she handles disagreements, and she adjusts calmly. That is respect in action. She is showing you that your voice matters. She is signaling that your comfort is not secondary. She is demonstrating emotional maturity. And emotional maturity is rare. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." The same applies here. A woman who can master her immediate emotional reaction and choose understanding over ego is showing self-command. And she only offers that level of composure to a man she truly respects. But here is the instruction you must hear clearly. You only receive that kind of response if you embody it first. You cannot demand calm while being chaotic. You cannot ask for understanding while reacting with intensity. You must model the emotional standard. Old Stoic wisdom teaches control over impulse, clarity over confusion, strength over noise. When you speak, speak once. When you set a boundary, set it without apology. When you correct something, do it without anger. That is leadership. Not loud, not aggressive, calm, direct, certain. And when you operate from that place consistently, you create an environment where adjustment feels natural, not forced. In today's dating culture, many men make a critical mistake. They overnegotiate their standards. They hint instead of state. They complain instead of clarify. Then, when a woman reacts emotionally, they escalate or withdraw completely. That cycle destroys attraction. That cycle signals instability. You must break that pattern. You must be the steady one. You must be the man who understands that respect is not begged for, it is inspired. When you stop seeking approval and start embodying presence, everything shifts. You become less reactive. You become less needy. You become more decisive. That is Stoicism win in action. That is how you build an iron mind. Notice something else. When a woman respects you, her adjustment is efficient. There is no long monologue, no dramatic performance. She listens. She processes. She shifts. That efficiency is powerful. It shows she does not see you as someone to overpower or outmaneuver. She sees you as someone worth aligning with. And alignment is the foundation of long-term connection. Without alignment, every disagreement becomes a battlefield. With alignment, even conflict becomes constructive. As Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." Be brave enough to speak clearly. Be brave enough to remain calm. Be brave enough to hold your ground without hostility. That bravery creates respect. That respect invites cooperation. Let's make this practical. If she interrupts you repeatedly in conversations and you calmly say, "I prefer finishing my thoughts without being cut off," and she becomes defensive, dismissive, or sarcastic, pay attention. That reaction reveals something. But if she says, "You're right, I didn't notice that. I'll work on it," and you see genuine effort afterward, that is respect. Not perfection. Effort. Respect is visible in effort. It is visible in behavioral change. Words are easy. Adjustment is costly. Adjustment requires humility. And humility only appears when there is value. She values you. She respects you. So she adjusts. Understand this deeply. When a woman feels she does not need to fight for power, she finds peace in your leadership. Leadership does not mean control. Leadership means emotional stability. It means clarity of direction. It means consistency. When you are consistent, she relaxes. When you are unpredictable, she braces. And a woman who is bracing will resist. A woman who feels secure will cooperate. This is psychology. This is pattern recognition. This is not manipulation. This is understanding human dynamics through Old Stoic wisdom and applying it in modern life. You must train yourself to respond, not react. Train yourself to pause before speaking. Train yourself to separate ego from principle. Ask yourself, is this about my pride or is this about my standard? Then speak from principle. Always from principle. Never from wounded pride. When your corrections come from principle, they feel grounded. They feel fair. They feel reasonable. And reasonable leadership earns respect. Emotional volatility does not. Repeat this in your mind. Calm is power. Clarity is power. Consistency is power, not noise, not intensity, not overtalking. Power. The man who masters his reactions builds an iron mind. The man who builds an iron mind shapes his environment. The man who shapes his environment does not chase respect. He receives it. That is Stoicism win. That is how you win in love without losing yourself. So here is your directive. Stop arguing for your value. Start embodying it. Stop explaining your boundaries 10 times. State them once. Stop reacting to every emotional spike. Hold steady. Build an iron mind through discipline, through reflection, through Old Stoic wisdom practice daily. When you do this, you will notice something remarkable. The women who respect you will naturally align. They will adjust without drama. They will meet your energy with maturity. And those who cannot will filter themselves out without you forcing anything. Victory in relationships is not about overpowering someone. It is about mastering yourself so completely that your presence becomes a stabilizing force. When you become that man, calm, grounded, decisive, respect is no longer a question. It becomes a pattern. And once respect becomes a pattern, everything else flows from it. Attraction, loyalty, cooperation, peace. Build the iron mind. Live the Old Stoic wisdom. Practice Stoicism win daily. That is how you lead. That is how you earn respect. That is how you master life. Number 4, she speaks about you with pride. When a woman truly respects you, your name sounds different when it leaves her mouth. There is warmth in it. There is certainty in it. She doesn't hesitate. She doesn't look around to see who's listening. She says your name like it represents something solid. That is not performance. That is respect. And respect, not charm, not surface attraction, is what keeps a connection alive over time. If you want to understand real psychology tricks and the deeper layers of female psychology, pay attention to how she talks about you when you are not in the room. That is where the truth lives. A woman who respects you will defend you in conversations you will never hear. If someone questions your decisions, she doesn't laugh nervously. She doesn't distance herself. She stands firm, calm, certain. She might say, "You don't understand him like I do," or "He has a reason for everything he does." That is powerful. Don't overlook it. Be the kind of man whose actions are consistent enough that she can defend you without feeling foolish. You must live in a way that makes loyalty easy for her. She will also quote you, not because you demanded it, not because you forced your opinions on her, but because your words carry weight. She'll repeat something you once said about discipline, about purpose, about standards. She'll tell her friends how you helped her see something differently. That is how to fall in love on a deeper level. It is not about grand gestures. It is about influence. Quiet influence. The kind that reshapes how she thinks about life. In female psychology, admiration grows when a man leads with clarity rather than control. Don't try to dominate conversations. Don't try to impress with noise. Be precise. Be thoughtful. Speak less. Mean more. When she feels guided, not managed, she feels safe to admire you openly. And when admiration appears, pride follows. She will share your achievements without exaggeration. She won't brag in a desperate way. She will simply state facts with a subtle smile. He's been working on that project for months. He wakes up at 5 every morning. He keeps his word. Notice what she highlights. Discipline, integrity, vision. These are not random. These are signals of respect. In the world of psychology tricks, men often look for ways to manufacture attraction. They study tactics. They memorize lines. But female psychology is not moved by tactics alone. It responds to patterns, long-term patterns of behavior. You must understand this. If she hides you from her social circle, if she downplays your role in her life, if she makes excuses for being with you, that is not mystery. That is misalignment. Don't rationalize it. Don't beg for validation. Be honest with yourself. A woman who truly respects you wants the world to know she is connected to you. Not because she needs approval, but because she feels elevated by the association. That is different from infatuation. Infatuation whispers. Respect speaks clearly. When she introduces you, watch her posture. Watch her tone. Is she energized? Is she proud? Or does she seem hesitant? These small details reveal more than any love confession ever could. If you want to learn how to fall in love in a way that lasts, stop chasing emotional highs and start building a reputation she is proud to attach her name to. That is where the real psychology tricks begin, not in manipulation, but in self-mastery. A respected man does not ask, "Do you talk about me?" He asks, "Am I living in a way that earns admiration?" That is the shift. Be the standard. Don't compete with other men in loud ways. Compete in consistency. Compete in character. When she sees you as rare, she naturally speaks of you with reverence. And here is something most men miss. When she proudly represents you in your absence, she is reinforcing her own emotional investment. Every time she defends you, every time she praises you, she strengthens her attachment. That is how female psychology works. Public admiration deepens private connection. This is not about ego. It is about alignment. If she sees you as the man worth attaching her name to, she will show it without being asked. She will align her identity with yours. She will say "we" naturally. She will glow when someone compliments you. That is not possession. That is pride rooted in respect. And understand this clearly, you cannot fake your way into that position. You must embody it. Don't demand respect. Don't lecture about loyalty. Live in such a way that respect becomes the only reasonable response. Be steady. Be purposeful. Be emotionally grounded. When you carry yourself with quiet certainty, when your actions match your words, when your standards are clear and unwavering, she will not only love you, she will honor you. And when a woman honors you publicly, when she speaks your name with confidence and warmth, that is when you know you have moved beyond surface attraction and into something deeper. That is when you know you are no longer just a man in her life. You are the measure she uses to evaluate every other man. If this hit home, don't just nod and move on, apply it. Stop chasing attention. Start becoming the man she is proud to represent when you're not in the room. That's the difference between being liked and being respected. If you found value in this, like the video, share it with a man who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more real insight into female psychology and the psychology tricks that actually matter. And I want you to comment this below to lock it into your mind. I become the man she speaks of with pride. Type it, own it, then live in a way that makes it true. Number 5, she seeks your guidance before major decisions. When a woman truly respects a man, she values his perspective as guidance, not control. Read that again. Guidance, not control. There is a massive difference. She'll come to you before she reacts emotionally. She'll pause and ask, "What do you think?" Not because she's incapable, not because she can't decide for herself, but because she sees something steady in you, something grounded, something rare. That is respect. Attraction makes her want your attention. Respect makes her crave your direction. That's leadership. And when women instinctively allow men to lead with clarity and not ego, it changes everything. Understand this clearly. A woman who only feels surface attraction will chase excitement. She'll text you when she's bored. She'll flirt. She'll enjoy the spark. But when she respects you, she invites you into her decision-making process. Career moves, family issues, financial choices, emotional conflicts. She brings them to you not as drama, but as dialogue. That is not casual. That is intimate. If you want to become a high-value man, this is the level you aim for. Not just attention. Influence. Don't confuse guidance with control. Control is loud. It demands. It pressures. Guidance is calm. It suggests. It frames options. It asks questions. A high-value man does not say, "Do this because I said so." He says, "Here's how I see it. Here's what might happen. Here's what I would consider." That is masculine energy at its finest. Calm, centered, certain. You must learn to speak from clarity, not from ego. Because the moment your guidance feels like control, respect evaporates. When she asks, "What do you think?" that is a test and a gift at the same time. It is a test of your emotional stability. It is a gift of her trust. Don't rush it. Don't dismiss it. Don't give careless answers. Be thoughtful. Be measured. Be direct. If you don't know, say so. If you need more information, ask for it. A high value man is not afraid to think before he speaks. That pause signals depth. And depth is what helps you attract women who are looking for something real. Let's go deeper. Why does she seek your guidance? Because she feels safe in your frame. Because your reactions are predictable in the best way. You don't explode. You don't spiral. You don't gossip. You analyze. You breathe. You respond. That is masculine energy, not noise, not intensity, stability. When she knows you won't shame her for a mistake, when she knows you won't panic under pressure, she will naturally turn to you. You must become the emotional thermostat in the room, not the thermometer reacting to every shift in temperature. Attraction says, look at me. Respect says, lead me. That is the distinction most men miss. They focus on impressing. Flashy stories, big gestures, constant validation. Don't do that. Be the man who makes decisions in his own life with discipline and foresight. Handle your finances with structure. Manage your time with purpose. Keep your promises. When she observes that pattern, she thinks, if he runs his life like this, I value his input on mine. That is how a high-value man earns influence without asking for it. And here's the beautiful paradox. The more you try to force leadership, the less she will trust it. Leadership is invited, not imposed. When she says, what do you think? She is opening the door. Step through it with humility, not arrogance. Don't lecture. Don't turn every moment into a teaching session. Listen first. Ask her how she feels. Then offer your perspective. That balance is powerful. It shows strength wrapped in emotional intelligence. That combination will attract women far more effectively than charm alone. Masculine energy is not about overpowering. It is about direction. A compass does not shout at the traveler. It simply points north. You must become that compass. When she feels lost in emotion, you point to clarity. When she feels rushed, you slow the pace. When she feels uncertain, you outline options. That is guidance. That is leadership. And leadership rooted in steadiness creates deep respect. If she never asks your opinion on anything meaningful, pay attention. That's feedback. It may mean she enjoys you but does not see you as a pillar. Don't take it personally. Improve. Strengthen your decision-making in your own world. Build competence. Expand your knowledge. Sharpen your thinking. A high-value man invests in his mind as much as his body. Because wisdom is attractive. Wisdom is rare. Wisdom is what transforms masculine energy from surface-level charm into lasting influence. Remember this. When a woman seeks your guidance before major decisions, she is not surrendering her independence. She is acknowledging your groundedness. She sees you as a partner in perspective. That is an honor. Treat it like one. Don't abuse it. Don't use it to inflate your ego. Use it to elevate both of you. That's the difference between temporary attraction and enduring respect. If you want to attract women who admire you deeply, focus less on being entertaining and more on being reliable. Be the man who thinks long-term. Be the man who stays composed under pressure. Be the man who can say, here's the smarter move, and back it up with reason. That is how you become a high-value man. Not through volume, through vision. Attraction may open the door. Respect builds the house. And when she consistently seeks your guidance, you'll know you're no longer just a source of excitement. You are her reference point, her sounding board, her steady ground in a chaotic world. That is masculine energy in action. That is leadership without ego. And that, more than any trick or tactic, is what truly changes the game. Number 6, she drops the games and brings you peace. Number 6 is the ultimate signal, and if you miss it, you miss everything. She drops the games and brings you peace. When a woman truly respects a man, the drama fades, the testing slows down, the emotional push-pull disappears. She is no longer trying to provoke a reaction, no longer measuring your strength with subtle challenges, no longer creating tension just to see if you will crack. Why? Because she already knows you won't. Respect changes her behavior. Respect softens her energy. Respect replaces chaos with calm. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That is Old Stoic wisdom. And when you embody that principle, when your center is unshakable, when your reactions are measured and disciplined, she feels it. She senses it. She adjusts to it. In modern dating culture, where attention is cheap and emotional drama is common, peace is rare. Peace is earned. And a woman only gives that peace to a man she trusts, a man she sees as steady, grounded, emotionally contained. This is not about control. This is not about ego. This is about emotional leadership. When she respects you, she stops performing. She stops testing. She stops creating artificial storms. Her energy becomes warm, cooperative, supportive. Not because you demanded it. Not because you forced it, but because your presence makes chaos unnecessary. That is the power of an iron mind. That is Stoicism when in real life. Understand something clearly. Many men chase excitement. They chase intensity. They confuse emotional spikes with attraction. They think drama means passion. It does not. Drama means uncertainty. Testing means doubt. Constant push-pull means she is still evaluating you. When a woman truly respects you, she relaxes. She leans into your frame. She does not need to compete with you or challenge you for position. She feels safe enough to be soft. And softness is not given lightly. In a world where women are constantly navigating uncertainty, constantly filtering men who overreact, overpromise, or overcompensate, a calm man stands out. A calm man feels rare. A calm man feels secure. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." Emotional bravery means you do not flinch under pressure. You do not argue for dominance. You do not defend your ego at every turn. You remain composed. You remain centered. You remain firm without being rigid. That is Old Stoic wisdom in action. That is the iron mind she respects. Look at modern relationships. Social media amplifies insecurity. Texting games reward unpredictability. Attention spans are short. Emotions run high. In that environment, most men react. They chase replies. They overanalyze tone. They escalate conflict. They try to win arguments. And every time they do, they lower their perceived stability. A respected man does the opposite. He listens more than he reacts. He speaks clearly and briefly. He does not chase validation. He does not escalate tension. He does not crumble when challenged. When she senses that steadiness, something shifts inside her. The need to test disappears. The need to provoke fades. The need to create drama dissolves. Because there is nothing to shake. There is nothing to destabilize. She feels anchored. And when a woman feels anchored, she brings peace. That is not coincidence. That is psychology. Peace is the reward of consistency. Peace is the reflection of your internal order. If your life is chaotic, your emotions volatile, your boundaries unclear, do not expect her to relax. She cannot rest in uncertainty. But if your actions match your words, if your standards are clear, if your emotions are regulated, she will gradually stop playing games. She will stop measuring your reactions. She will stop trying to provoke jealousy or insecurity. She will choose cooperation over conflict. That is respect made visible. Remember this. Respect is not declared. It is demonstrated through behavior. When she chooses calm over chaos with you, that is demonstration. When she brings solutions instead of problems, that is demonstration. When she seeks your presence for comfort rather than stimulation, that is demonstration. Do not misunderstand this principle. Peace does not mean boredom. Calm does not mean lack of passion. It means emotional safety. It means she does not feel the need to defend herself or test you. It means she trusts your stability. It means she sees you as a steady force. And this is where many men fail. They think they must constantly entertain. They think they must impress. They think they must dominate conversations. No, you must stabilize. You must ground. You must lead emotionally by mastering yourself first. That is Stoicism win. That is the iron mind at work. When she respects you, her tone softens. Her body language relaxes. Her communication becomes direct. She does not manipulate for attention because she knows she already has your steady interest. She does not create artificial distance because she trusts your consistency. She does not need to prove her value through drama because she feels valued through your composure. Respect removes unnecessary tension. Respect creates harmony. And harmony is the foundation of long-term attraction. As Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. If you want to be respected, act like a man who respects himself. Speak calmly. Decide firmly. Walk steadily. Remove emotional excess. Remove reactive behavior. Build the iron mind. This is instruction, not suggestion. Stop reacting impulsively. Stop chasing emotional highs. Stop rewarding drama with attention. Be consistent. Be measured. Be intentional. That is strength. That is control over self. And self-control is magnetic. Women do not consciously think he is old Stoic wisdom, but they feel it. They feel the grounded energy. They feel the emotional containment. They feel the absence of neediness. And when they feel that, they relax into their feminine energy. They stop competing. They stop testing. They start nurturing. Not because you demanded submission. Not because you pressured them. But because your stability made softness safe. Victory in relationships is not about overpowering someone. It is about mastering yourself so completely that chaos cannot enter your frame. It is about holding your center in the middle of emotional storms. It is about responding instead of reacting. That is the iron mind. That is Stoicism when lived out daily. You want respect? Earn it through emotional discipline. You want peace? Create it within first. You want her softness? Be strong enough that she does not need to be hard around you. Repeat that. Be strong enough that she does not need to be hard around you. That is the principle. When she brings you peace instead of problems, recognize it. Value it. Protect it. Do not sabotage it by becoming complacent or careless. Continue leading with steadiness. Continue embodying Old Stoic wisdom. Continue refining your iron mind. Because peace is not accidental. It is a response to your character. And when a woman chooses calm with you, when she drops the games and rests in your presence, that is not luck. That is not coincidence. That is respect earned. And a respected man does not chase chaos. He builds strength. He masters himself. He wins quietly. All right, my friend, let's bring this home. Attraction might open the door. It might spark the conversation. It might even create chemistry. But respect? Respect is what keeps her investing. Respect is what changes her tone, her behavior, her loyalty. Without it, you're just temporary entertainment. With it, you become irreplaceable. So here's my sincere advice to you. Stop focusing on how to impress her. Stop chasing approval. Start becoming the kind of man who respects himself first. Stand by your word. Control your emotions. Move with calm confidence. When you show up grounded, steady, and self-assured, you don't have to demand respect. It shows up naturally. If you're serious about leveling up and stepping fully into your masculine strength, take action. Book that strategy call. Don't wait for life to change. Decide to change how you show up in life. That's where everything shifts. And remember this, a woman may feel attraction for many men, but she only deeply respects the one who stands firm in who he is. Be that man. If this message hit home, drop a comment below and let me know your biggest takeaway. I read them. I respond. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for being here, for supporting the channel, and for choosing growth over comfort. Like the video, subscribe, and share it with a brother who needs this reminder. Stay strong. Stay steady. I'll see you in the next one.